Good evening, Voidlings. Hey, Hergata, what's up, dude? It is time to do our 10K. Let's see. We won one of them yesterday. Let's see if we can win another one. That's not good. We'll try this way. Unfortunate. Also not good. That was actually stupid. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, we'll go this way. That's fine. Here. Okay, so this way, hopefully. Ooh, if that's a 7 and this is nothing, I'm gonna be mad. Okay. Well, that sucks. Alright, let's go check out. I need to buy some more ventures. Remember that from yesterday. I'm down to like 50 ventures. Oh, hey. Oh, no, she moved. So she does move. Associate. She does move. Alright, complete, reassign. Was it Ramona? She's my... Yeah. No, I don't want to reassign her. So I upgraded Ramona's gear. So I want to do... And I accidentally sent her on a quick one yesterday. Assign adventure, field experience. So I can get her all the way up to 90 right now. That's cool. Off you go. I'm going to have to craft some more gear for the others, though, if I'm going to get them leveled up. Okay, let me see. Aether Louse we have to sell or break down. We'll sell that too. Where do these come? Underkeep? What do they look like? We'll sell those for seals. I mean, they're fine. What are they? Oh, Dragoon and Reaper and Lancer. Wasp. Did we get anything else? We did. We got some gloves of scouting. Ooh, those are ugly. Those are ugly. I don't like gauntlets. I just don't. I never have. So those get sold. 100%. Rosemary. Alright. I think this is going to go on Ramona. Yes. I think this is going to go on Zoe. Yeah. And then these. Actually, these. Hey, Dio. Caught up on Robo Dinos. Thank you, Dio. I appreciate that. I am enjoying that game. I forgot how much I enjoyed the first one. And so playing the second one is just, you know, it's all just coming back to me. And like, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. I'm definitely definitely going to enjoy that 100%. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh yeah, do I have fine sand or was I selling it? I can't remember. Ramona sold it with fine sand. Okay, one sec. Oh, I just had dinner. My throat's all screwed up. Alright, we can drop off the sand. We can drop this off. And then, yeah, the rest of this. What am I doing with Aether Losses? I think I'm selling it. I must be selling it. I have to be. Oh, sometimes they go for... Well, actually, here, wait. What's the... It's so weird. Sometimes it takes weeks, and then other times, like, they get bought up immediately. We'll do 2,500, that's fine. Oh, how did... Didn't you have something going on this weekend? Or last weekend, Dio? Like a... Was it like a family group thing? Or were you just... Are you just getting prepared for the 4th? Is that what you were doing? I can't remember. Oh, wait, I want to sell. Cinna, thank you so much for the resub. 108 years. Amazing. Yes. Actually, it's funny you use Void Taco. I found out I can eat tacos. Thank God. So, I'm on a sodium restriction. I mean, I could go over it. It's not going to kill me. But I absolutely am trying to follow it to the best of my ability. In fact, I've been trying to be under it. I've been trying to be a really good boy, and I'm limited to 2,000 milligrams of sodium, which I think pretty much all heart patients are. Well, I thought yesterday I probably wouldn't be able to eat tacos any longer, or at least like I'd be able to have one taco and that's it. But I actually went to Taco Bell's website today at the end of my work shift, and I was like, holy shit, their crunchy tacos are only like 300, which is a lot. But when I try to be really good about not taking in any sodium during the day, like I eat just a bunch. Now I'm just eating a bunch of like dried fruit and whatnot, which doesn't have any salt, which is good. So yeah, I was able to, I did like the 3 taco combo meal, and it was delicious. And that's only 930, which is half of what I'm supposed to have for the day. So I'm still well under. I threw in a cheese quesadilla for another 250, I think, or something like that. So I'm still being a good boy, and I get to eat tacos. I'm very happy about that. So I told Fox yesterday I couldn't eat tacos anymore, and he was sad because he did the taco eating emote in front of me. But that's not true. Hopefully he logs in today, because I can tell him that's not actually true. I can eat tacos. I couldn't have any tacos at all. Well, I was worried more like, because I mean, what am I thought I was only going to be able to have like one. You know what I mean? And I mean, what's the point at that point? Like, that's the problem with the salt intake. It's not like I should, obviously I shouldn't overeat calorie-wise either, but like the salt makes it difficult to be full because you can't eat very much to begin with, if that makes sense. Like, so yeah, I was worried that like Taco Bell tacos were going to be like 1,000 plus fucking, milligrams of salt. And I mean, they're still high. Like I said, they're 310 a piece, but as long as I'm a good boy during the rest of the day, like I can totally do it. So it's a really difficult balance between getting enough food that I feel full, but not too much of a food that has too much salt. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird, and it sucks, and I hate it, but it's my life now, so I just gotta deal with it. Alright, let's drop these off. I am out of inventory space. Of course I am. Stone Vigil lumber. Why do I even have that here? Let's put that up for sale, see if somebody buys it. Anybody buying this shit? Hardly. Oh, actually. What's it even used? Excuse me, what's it even used for? Here, we'll put it up for 175. It's so high in sodium these days. It's true. Don't need to limit for your health stuff, but you feel bad eating certain things because they're super high. Yeah, like everything is high in sodium. It's insane. I am now learning. Like, I think I always knew that, things had a lot of salt in them. And I've always liked salt. Like, that's my go-to spice. Like, I absolutely love salt. So this is even sadder. But yeah, when you start looking at the fucking packaging and tracking it, like I have to, everything is so high in salt now. It's insane. Like, I'm gonna be able to eat tacos at Taco Bell, but that's about it. Because, like, I was thinking about, like, I was like, oh man, I could do a Lux box and get a taco. And then I'm looking and I'm like, let's do a Gordita Crunch. And the Gordita Crunches are like $860 to $900 alone. I'm like, oh fuck, that's too much. So then I looked at the Crunchwrap Supreme. The Crunchwrap Supreme is $12.50. I'm like, fuck. Like, that's more than half my intake for the day. I mean, a Crunchwrap is a pretty big item. So, but still, with the taco, I'd be at like $1,600. And like, yeah, it's just not. You just have to be really careful. Like, we had Olive Garden the other night. And like, I normally get the 5-cheese ziti. I can't do that though. Because it was like $1,600 or something. I forget what it was. Maybe $1,400. Thankfully, I did find like a shrimp Alfredo that was like $1,200, or maybe it was 1,000. No, I think it was 1,000. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, it's a dinner. It's 1,000. Like, that's good. The two things you always, I know, right, dude? Gordita Crunches and fucking Crunch Wraps are my go-to as well. I love those. They're my favorites. But I won't be having those anymore. Salt in the soft tortillas and the sauce and the cheese. Yeah, that's the other thing, Dio. So it's crunchy tacos. I looked up the fucking soft tacos, and they're like double what the crunchy tacos are. So I can't do soft tacos anymore. Like, that's not a thing. Even, I mean, yes, Uragata, but even that is difficult these days now too. Like, it's, yeah. Plus, neither Morg or I like to cook at all, so that doesn't help. That is ugly as sin. All right, let's go over to Alda. It's all just terrible. For the first week, I was eating pretty much nothing but salad. Because I found a low sodium salad dressing that's actually pretty good. Because I don't mind salad. I like salad, so that's fine. But I don't necessarily want to eat salad 7 days a week. I suppose I probably could, but yeah. It is, Dio. We were looking for bread. We found some, but it's still very high. I haven't gone back to work yet. I'd probably be a couple of weeks before I do. I mean, I'm working, but I'm working from home. But I typically have it, so I can't do my turkey sandwich anymore because the processed turkey is like super high. So we found some like low sodium peanut butter. The jelly has no, like, I could just do PB&J, which is fine. I like PB&J. Thankfully, the jelly has no salt in it, but the bread, like, Morgan and I were going, she was looking at the bread, I was looking at the peanut butter. She found one that was like, thankfully only, I think it was 100 per slice. Everything else was like 200 plus, if not higher. It's bread. Yeah, bread is insane. Where are ventures? I forget. Venture. Where are ventures? They're not this high. Oh yeah, there. Okay, fuck me. I don't even know how many I want. How much is 500? Oh. Can I not? Is that too much? That's too much. How about, oh, okay, I can do a total of, I don't know if I want to spend that much. How about 250? That's 5, yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. That'll set me for a while. These things, it's not sodium. Yeah, you know, there's was it phosphorus or something like that that tastes like salt but isn't salt, that you can use. That's one of the things too. There's definitely ways to lower it. It's just, it's difficult. Oh, I just gave away something I didn't mean to give away. That's fine. Because I took off all that gear. I don't think I give a shit about any of this gear. This was all gear that my retainer was wearing. You know what? Honestly, let's just dump it. I'm good. Materia fixed. Oh, this stuff has materia? Shit. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. It's old materia. It's fine. I'm good. And then that can't be turned in. That's going to have to be broken down, most likely. That's fine. It's just a lot of work. That's the problem. It's just a lot of work. Yeah. And like I said, neither Morgan or I like to cook. So it's hard. It's hard. But I'm getting it figured out. All right, let's go check the market board and see if we've got any, at least the 2 stars. They're the 2 starred things. See how much they cost, if anything. Sapphire. Nope, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Oh my god, just close everything and restart. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. You know what? We'll search them all. That's fine. We'll search them all. Nothing. Ah, no hammers on the gold star. That's unfortunate. Oop. 15 for an NQ. I mean, that's not bad. I don't really want to pay 80 for an HQ. You could just come... Dio. Apparently your phone is just adding words. That's okay. Question is, how many of these items are sold by NPCs for NQ? I didn't even think about that. I don't think I care. We'll do it. Fuck it. We'll do it. Which NPCs would even sell these things? The NPCs over in... Well, most of this is probably Endwalker gear. God, I didn't even think about that. Ooh, 30k for an HQ? Done. Sold. Which one was this? Gloves. Okay. Even for an HQ, I don't want to spend 82. Even for a gold HQ. Nah. Nah, my money-making game is off right now because I'm not playing as much, so I'm gonna say no. 3, there's 2 HQ. There's 2 and 1. I mean, you know what? That's fine. We'll do the NQ. I'm fine with that. Old Charlian, yeah. Ooh, here we go. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Easy. Easiest purchase of my life. You are, Dio. You are absolutely the real-life camp mom. And we do need teleportation. I was even able to have a Baja Blast. Surprisingly, Baja Blast only has like 100 like calories and lots of salt or sugar, but not a lot of salt, thankfully. It's pretty low on salt. I was actually kind of surprised. I was looking through. I still have the website up, actually, the Taco Bell nutrition website up. Okay, let's turn this in. Ooh, that's the HQ one, or one of the HQ ones. Very nice. Very nice. And very nice. Cool. Excellent, excellent. That means my Culinarian's 97 now. Culinarian's almost done. Happy about that. Oh, I can't repair any of my gear yet. Can I? I can repair some of it. I need... Oh, you know what I should be working? Well, no, I did need to be working on leather. That's right. Weaver will definitely be next. I'll just go... I'll pay to repair it for right now. That's fine. There's a repair guy over here, isn't there? If I remember correctly. Somewhere over here. I think. Maybe kind of, sort of. Over... I think it's in this little corner. One of you guys will repair. Will the clothier repair? I don't remember. No, you will not. Oh, I know where there's a repair guy. Hold up. Oop, I didn't even do that. I know where there's a repair guy. Right up here. Right up here. It's been so long. Is it the independent importer? It's like in this area. I think it's you. Is it you? It's not you. Shit. It's in this area, isn't it? Don't they show up on the map? Oh, wait. He's inside the... Hold on. Isn't he in here? Then I'll look at the map. He's in here, isn't he? Yeah, there he is. Arms mender. Found him. What's up, bro? Repair. Actually, let's do Sage as well. Yeah, let's do Sage as well. Done. Okay. Towards the pub guild. Did I miss him? Oh, that's right. Actually, yeah. Yeah, he's in between the Black Mage Guild and the pub, the Gladiator Guild. Yeah. Eyes members. My work laptop. I'm gonna knock my drink over. There we go. Alpha, what's up? Thanks, dude. Okay, I think we're done with our chores because we did everything yesterday, or most of the stuff. So let's go ahead and continue story, shall we? Over to Solution 9, baby. Oh, that's right. We're gonna go see the little boy, Milos, I think is what his name was. Yeah, I like this music. I mean, I like most Final Fantasy music, but... Are there stairs? What the hell? Ah, here we go. Okay. That was... Okay. Makes sense. What's up, kid? Let's see. I understand my Endless version visited Milos often. I'll keep quiet so as not to draw suspicion. There you are. Next time something is in the offing, you'd best remember to call on me. Yeah, no, I hate you. Look, Milos is sitting up. I've seen the treatment before, so I knew it would work, but it's still so amazing. Alice and Yashul are miracle workers. Hey, Mama. It's so good to see you again, and a delight to know that you and Alice are friends. She's been very kind to us. Well, that would be a first. Hello? You came before, with Queen Sphene. I'm glad you came again. I believe he'll be fine now. But just for good measure, I'll administer a healing spell. Yeah, thanks, Shirgata. It took me a second to figure that out.
I once hoped that Milos at least might be made an Endless. Then he wouldn't need to suffer anymore.
You feel different now?
Thanks to Alizé, Milos is on the road to recovery. He can grow up and live a normal life. And I want to be there with him every step of the way. To grow old with him as his mother and not something else.
That should do it. You're doing well, I'm glad to say.
Thank you, Alizé.
You're welcome, Milos. Now, you'll feel breathless for a little while still, but don't fret. It'll get easier to speak with time.
Boy, do I know that feeling.
That said, we can't rule out the possibility of a relapse. As a precaution, I would keep him away from lightning-infused objects.
Lightning. Does that include regulators?
Yep.
It does. I understand if it's difficult for you to part with something that you've worn for so long, though, so it's entirely up to you.
No. For Milos' sake, I will do it. And if the environment here isn't good for him, I must consider moving outside the dome.
you two would be more than welcome in Tulihiola.
It's very assuring to hear that. If you don't mind, could you tell me about the process?
I'm happy. I can talk again. Before, I couldn't even thank my mother for caring for me. But now we can talk lots. I can tell her that I'm happy. That I like it when she strokes my hair.
Your mother is happy to talk to you as well, I'm sure.
XIV always cheered me up. Always said that she would cure me. Today, I'll practice walking with Mother. And next time, I'll go and visit you.
Thank you for explaining everything.
We'll come again to check on you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Please come back soon. You too, miss.
It's good to see Milos doing so well.
The endless me gave him the strength to hang on, and she didn't rely on any special power to do so.
She wanted her people to be happy. Even though we had to fight, her love for them was very real, and it reached Milos.
I wish to be there to watch him grow as well. To make my way beside the people of Alexandria. In the name of his evolution, Calyx has wrought much unease and misery, and I cannot condone his path. No, I shall forge ahead on a path of my own, one that honors the memory of my other self.
As I treated Milos with Angelo, I couldn't help but think of Gabu and was it Halric, I think? I wonder how they've been. I wish the Endless Fiend could have been here to see Milos. Or Milos. Didn't somebody else come with us? Maybe not. That was the mom. Milos is a kind and brave boy. It did me well to see him. One day, I hope that I can speak with him about my other self. Come, let us return to the back room, and on the way, let us pick up treats for our friends. A little gift to show our appreciation for their hard work. I like treats. That's the one thing I can have. Doctor didn't say anything about sugar. Uh-oh.
Citizens of Alexandria, please be advised. The distribution of neo-regulators has concluded.
Panic!
We ask that all recipients equip their regulators and promptly complete device registration. The evolution of our kind is at hand. Together we shall rise above death and bask in the infinite possibilities of eternal life.
What is this?
Evolution? What evolution?
Those with neo-regulators will become endless, apparently.
You mean there's no more? Well, don't you feel lucky?
Don't look at me like that. XIV said there were only so many.
Riot!
I haven't registered mine yet. The more I thought about it, the more unsure I felt about becoming an Endless.
Well, I registered right away. Anything to stop those terrible nightmares of being killed by mechanical soldiers.
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. I see. The terror of their first encounter with death still lingers in their hearts. Having previously been spared even the idea of it, they know not how to handle the emotions.
The funeral was meant to give everyone the chance to come to terms with loss, to grieve and move forward together. But everyone who was wearing a regulator had their memories of that moment erased. And to see those oblivious, happy souls, those who remembered must have wondered if it might not be better to be like them, to go back to a time when death didn't exist.
And now they've been presented with the chance to do just that by becoming an Endless. It's not hard to see why they would consider it.
If this fear of death continues to spread among the people, what will become of Alexandria?
Riot!
The gifts for our friends will have to wait. We should return to the back room at once.
But treats. Treats. Aw. I want treats. I want treats.
Oh, you're safe. That broadcast had us worried. The entire populace is on edge.
So Alphino and the others are still out there.
We have a situation on our hands! A civilian has been killed by a mechanical soldier here on Trueview.
I'll bet it wasn't an accident either.
Wayakwe is on the scene and reports that the problem unit has been subdued by another sentry.
Yeah, the problem unit.
That doesn't make sense. Only someone with the King of Resolve's authority could order a soldier to do that.
Yeah, except Calyx.
Not good. I tried to check the status of the authority but was blocked from the core system. Given recent developments, I'd wager that Calyx is responsible for this.
Perhaps we should go and see for ourselves.
It's me. There's been an incident in the outskirts. A mechanical soldier attacked a local resident. For no apparent reason.
This is my shocked face. Save that for a YouTube thumbnail. God, I hate those.
Fortunately, several nearby hunters dealt with the rogue machine, so everyone is safe. But if other soldiers were to... Wait. Is that... Oh gods. More hostile sentries are bound for the settlement. I'll try to lure them away and then lose them somehow.
Can we go save the guy who has no battle experience at all, please?
Tidings, I take it.
Like, all of the other Scions are fine. Can we please go save Erenvale? Like, why are we explaining this? We should be rushing out immediately.
The outskirts too?
You'll go and help Erenville, won't you? We couldn't forgive ourselves if he came to harm. I'll have Geode join you from Earth and Sky.
I'm coming too. I can't stay here while my people are in danger.
Let's go.
Yes, I feel like that took far too long to discuss. Poor Erenvale. Let's see, Geode, can you hear me? Something's happened in the outskirts. Let's go. Actually, I can just probably teleport from here, can't I? Actually, I don't need that open either. Oh, it's literally right here. Hello, everyone. Let's see, the people here took care of me, giving me food and making sure I was all right. I can't bear to imagine the soldiers hurting them. I don't see Erenvale. I pray he hasn't. Erenvale, I pray he hasn't come to harm. Oh, excuse me. So this is how it is outside. These clouds. Ah, never mind. Finding Erenvale is what matters right now. Things have settled down here, but I still need to see no sign of Erenvale. Let's split up and look for him. Let's see. Galulja, Sphene, please search in the settlement area. Meanwhile, the rest of us who can defend ourselves will head further out. I'm just waiting for Sphene to bust out her magic. I'm gonna go way the fuck out here? Alright, that was fine. No! I like Erenvale. How dare you? How dare you? Erenvale's bro. Oh. Ain't no thing. Hi, terrified citizen. Here, let me aid you. Let me stroke your back. There, Erenvale. There. That was a close call. My thanks. Hey, Hans. What's up, dude? Let's see. As I was leading the soldiers away, I caught sight of this poor fellow being pursued. I wanted to help, but was rather out of my depth. We're lucky you found us when you did. Maybe we should start trading him. I'm just saying. Erenvale, I'm so glad you're safe. I mean, he's a worldly dude, right? Like, he's got to have some skills. Let's see. We were quite worried when we couldn't find you. We encountered soldiers on the way here. Most paid us no mind, but some turned out to be hostile. There's no way to tell until they set on you. The ones here also attacked without any warning. If I hadn't been paying attention, it could have ended badly. Hopefully, the others were able to escape. We should return to the outskirts and take stock. I did. Doing all right, Hans. Not bad, not bad. Go back over there. I won't teleport, I'll fly. Hey, there's Geode. Oh, let's see. I didn't expect to see you again so soon. Allow me to thank you again for your earlier help. What's up, bro? Let's see. We responded to Shale's call as quickly as we could. Others are out keeping an eye on soldiers nearby. Thank you, Void, for protecting everyone, but you shouldn't have had to. None of this would have happened if I could control the soldiers. Let's see. No one thought that Galulja might have been behind the attacks. They know that he would never make the soldiers do them harm. Even so, he feels responsible for the machine's actions. It is a misplaced burden, and I pray it drives him not to drives him not to despair. The situation here appears to have been resolved, but I doubt we've seen the last of such incidents. I didn't expect to see Malachite out here. Given his own trauma, I wonder if he'll be alright.
Right. We're none the worse for the wear. But let's see what the situation is here.
Geode and his people came and joined us while we were searching for you. After which we happened to encounter Malachite. His usher duties brought him here, and he has quite the story to tell.
It's a bit puzzling, to say the least. Even so, I'll try my best to explain.
Why do I get the feeling the soldiers are attacking people without neo-regulators? Just my guess.
I was called to attend to the unfortunate soul slain by the mechanical soldier. Yet, when I arrived, I found no body. Only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered.
Okay, that was surprising. Okay, continue. I've been calling story plot lines left and right, but that one I didn't see coming. Okay, all right.
Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it.
How odd. Did they remember the victim at least?
They did. Their memories of the deceased weren't sent to the cloud, I don't believe. Yet, no body remained.
If someone took it, surely they would have been noticed.
Sounds like it was sucked of ether.
With your permission, I shall return to the government sector for now. Please take care.
Is that Calix's new source right now, since he doesn't have the key? Is to kill off everyone who doesn't have a neo-regulator and then steal the aether from the body, which in turn turns the body into dust. I'm calling plot points again, man.
This is terrible. Why would they make the soldiers do this?
If preservation is behind the attacks, I fear this won't be the end of it.
All the neo-regulators have been distributed, and potentially 5,000 Endless are about to be born. What does Calix hope to achieve with these killings? Does he seek to frighten people into registering them? Or perhaps...
Pick me. I know. Oh, that's not good. Everyone's getting a call.
Oh, thank the 12 you answered. Shale told me what happened. Is everything all right?
I mean, I'm still alive, so...
I see. 'Tis a relief to hear that Erenville is safe. Alas, I do not have good news to share in return. A driver lost control of his vehicle when its interface became unresponsive, and it crashed into the Nexus arcade, injuring several people. Kryl and I are helping to render aid, but with the Sentries behaving strangely, we can't afford to lower our guard. Remain vigilant, my friend.
I just received word from the backroom. A hover cargo on TrueView threw off its driver, and it's rampaging through the area as we speak.
Alphino had a similarly troubling report for me. Apparently, a riderless machine in the government sector came to life near a crowd clamoring for neo-regulators. It proceeded to mow down several citizens, causing serious injuries.
This is a tragedy. We must go and help the people.
Sphene, wait! I'm coming with you!
Alphino is with Y'shtola, and he said they'll be all right. I'll go and see if other incidents have occurred elsewhere. From here, I'll head towards the quarry by way of the Drift Downs.
Certainly a lot of hover cargoes coming and going in those parts. I'll join you.
I shall remain here and speak further with the locals. I have company now, so you needn't worry about me.
Then let's return to Solution 9. If we hurry, we can catch up to Lamachi and Sphene.
Wait, who's his company? Y'all, we just left Aaronvale again. I'm just saying. I don't like this. Oh, more cutscene. This is fine. A little fire never hurt anybody. Nice tag. Guess I should have switched to Sage.
Sphene's gone on ahead. I leave her with you.
Heal her with your magical wellness axe. Well, I'm glad that kid's still kicking.
Bloody things have gone mad.
Why is this happening?
Surely there's a finite number of these things.
Everyone, please try to remain calm and make your way to resolution.
This is just like before, when Zeralja unleashed the soldiers on us. I don't have any souls left. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Are you all...
No! No! Why did you do that? Why? You can't just leave me alone like this! If we had been endless, then you'd still be here. You'd still be with me. But now...
Solution, I just can't catch a break. I know, right?
Are you alright?
There's Fiend. Time to bust out your magic.
So many hurt. So many dead. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
Y'shtola with her patented. Thank the 12. You're all unharmed. 'Tis small solace amidst this tragedy, however. The machine's rampage seems to have only been temporary. Soldiers and vehicles alike ceased to operate all at once, as if they had fulfilled their purpose. It's the same outside Everkeep, though members of Oblivion are keeping watch for good measure. The first attack came shortly after the announcement that the Neo-Regulators had run out. It can't have been a coincidence. I struggle to imagine that anyone but Calyx could gain control over the soldiers. This must have served his ends in some way. Galuja, are you still without your authority? It's fine now. I'm in control again. We might take the opportunity to shut down the machines. There's no guarantee this won't happen again. Lamati just talked with Everkeep's administrators about that. They said it wasn't so simple. The mechanical soldiers don't only serve as guards. They also perform various vital tasks, like providing medical treatment and managing food production. If we shut them down, we'd struggle to render aid to the citizens, let alone restore their lives to normal. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. I made it so that they can't use their weapons anymore, though. Hopefully that makes it a little safer. That seems the best approach for now. Thank you for your swift action, Kaluja. This powerlessness, I can't abide. I can abide it no longer. No matter how much hardship and loss, we could endure it if there was but happiness at the end. Yet, all I see now is suffering and misery. And I cannot bear it. I want to protect the people. For their happiness, I would do anything and everything. So please, please lend me your aid. What do you think we've been doing this whole time, lady? Oh, Sphene, you found the words I wished you'd said back then. Our strength is yours, Sphene. Together, we'll get through this. Let us split up and get to work. Might I trouble you to report to Shale, my friend? You mean your strongest ally? Sure, I'll just go talk. That's fine. I mean, I guess the battle's over, right? Mute my Discord real quick. There we go. Oh, and it just loaded me in here. Very nice. Couriers and cleaners are clearing away the wrecks of the vehicles and soldiers. It's the first step toward getting things back to normal. It pains me that the people were made to suffer even more after so much hardship and tragedy, but you and yours saved many lives. I cannot thank you enough. Malachite and his followers and his fellows are tending to the deceased. His trauma must make the work difficult, but he's determined to do what he can. Dialogue was re-recorded in the 7.0. Memeing a bit on the old versions. No, I hadn't heard about that. It's been a trying day, but it seems the worst is behind us. What's the situation out there now? You've moved quickly to restore things to normal. Thank you. Yet, while disarming the soldiers is indeed prudent, it is far from a comprehensive measure when vehicles can be commandeered to inflict damage and sow chaos. For the time being, I'll set our people to keeping a close watch on machines. Let's see, I also have a mind to consult the authorities about enlisting hunters to our aid. I must regain my there we go. I must regain my proficiency in magic. To that end, I shall seek advice from Y'shtola and Alice. Among the books we recovered from the castle was a grimoire I once used. I hope to learn to wield it again at everyone's side. So she's going to be a scholar. Okay. As for the key, I think it best that it remains in your care, though it means you will bear the greatest risk. In order to ease your burden, I shall endeavor to become a capable warrior and make Otis and Zelenia proud. Let's do crit. This is where Calyx is hanging out. Oh, there he is.
By illness weakened, by wounds unmade, by age decayed. Such fragile flesh is worthless to us. How mankind should evolve, shall evolve. I have already arrived at the answer. The time is come to pose a new question.
See, I couldn't fight them, and I couldn't even get my authority back when it was stolen. So what good am I? I need to find a way to be more useful. Poor kid. I like him. Raha and Alphino patrolled the city, while Y'shtola and Alice continued treating Levin's sickness and those injured in the attack. I shall stay here to help coordinate efforts, so I suggest taking the opportunity to get some rest. If you have a moment, Void, Geode wants to take stock of the current crisis. Oblivion may be lacking the finer details in certain areas, so we'd like you to lend your perspective to the conversation. I've saved the world a few times. It's fine. I got this. Hey, girl. You grimoiring yet? Sorry to drag you into our meeting, but we need to get a better handle on the threats Alexandria is facing right now. Not at all. Much has happened since the state funeral, and a clearer idea of where things stand would be beneficial to us all. To us as well. I don't know what my brain's doing. First things first, then, let us discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector reported instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation, and the vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. And while these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nevertheless resulted in a considerable number of injuries and deaths. But you haven't heard anything about new incidents since then, right? Right. No additional reports have been logged as far as I know. That's the good news. The bad news is, I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they wouldn't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Once things calmed down, I was finally able to make them give up their weapons, but if it happens again, I don't know if they'll ignore me like before. The King of Resolve's authority is about the highest there is. Who is this man who can override it with such impunity? Calix. He lived in the age of the Storm Surge, as I did. Back in my day, lest you forget, he was known for his advancements in electro technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years left to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into an endless, that he might continue his efforts into the present day. Preservation's early goals seemed noble enough, exploring treatments for Levin sickness, designing Everkeep's core systems, that sort of thing. Why harm the people he was, ostensibly trying to help? I do not pretend to fully understand Calix's motivations, only that he appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted that the strategy of adapting our species through generational succession was outdated, that evolution now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh in favor of eternal preservation. We've already seen how he employs the simulant to convince Alexandrians that endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who registered their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calix's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With that relic in his possession, he will draw aether from the reflections and expand his efforts to create endless 1,000-fold. If we mean to foil Calix's schemes, then our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down. Which, unfortunately, is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminals we found in the depths of Everkeep, but I've failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time, though, and I'm sure I can sniff him out. I'll help you. I really like Galuja. He's a good kid. While Galuja and Shale are working on that, I think I'm going to take a look around town. I want to make sure no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calix. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time, and I'd be glad to have some brawlers at my back. Excuse me. Count me in. Kryle. Let's see. Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep. So, shall we stick to the streets of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. Thanks, you two. I appreciate the company. Let's see. I have to speak to the city's administrators about bringing in the Landsguard. I want our soldiers around to protect those who are moving to Tuliyola. Alphanode and Alice will be joining me for the meeting, so the three of us can cover that sector as soon as we're done. If I may, I'd like to join Void's group, if you'll have me. The more mouths to ask questions, the merrier, as long as you're aware of the dangers. Thank you. I'll do my best not to be a burden. Let's give her her own carbuncle. She'll be fine. Let's see. I'm more worried about you, Geode. Don't do anything stupid. You'll change your tune once we get back with the goods on Calix. Then the drinks are on you. Come on, let's continue this outside. Excuse me. Good luck with your patrol and take your time. We can do without Geode until you're done with with the old sot. Ah, sorry. Just when I think I've internalized better manners, talking with Geode brings back old bad habits. I wish I could grow up faster. There'll be so much more I can do when I'm bigger like you. Looks like we're going out here. I will do my utmost to ensure the happiness of Alexandria and its people. The city looks as though it's regained a sense of normalcy. Alas, the people will not soon forget recent events. Oh, she's got her book. Nice. Sorry, I was off in my own little world. Shall we get started? Let's see, the people seem uneasy. Are you alright, Geode? Let's see what there is to see. Are you alright, Geode? Yeah, she's got her grimoire. I'm happy now. I've been waiting for her to bust out her magic. Ever since she mentioned that she trained in magic, I'm like, oh yeah. Me? I'm well enough, given the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondest wish that her subjects remain shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then, the moment mortality once again becomes an unavoidable fact of life, they're greeted with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many are bound to give the endless alternative serious consideration. Indeed, and I do not blame them for that. It's only natural that such thoughts should come to mind. What I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. Let's see, no one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the specter of death. As one who lived as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choices for this country's future back into the hands of its citizens. And you think we can handle that responsibility after everything you've seen of us? It is what I've seen that convinces me you can. Convinced me you can. I awoke 4 centuries later to find our people living and laughing beneath Alexandria's banner. Though surprised and bewildered, I was overjoyed to see it so. You all deserve to be happy. Well then. We'd best not let you down. Now, I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when battle might find us. Oh, I believe someone came prepared for just such an eventuality. Look at our little book. Is that the grimoire you retrieved from the old castle? Yes, my parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should learn to protect the things important to me. I was fortunate enough to have a tutor in the arcane arts, so I lay claim to some small measure of skill. If that's the case, it might be better if we split into 2 groups after all. It would certainly be more efficient for information gathering. I guess that makes sense. The 2 of you can take the west side and recreation zone then. Void and I will take the east. No, I want to go with her! Spheen's my girl. Very well, we shall end. See, now this is my problem actually. Kryle is new to Battle Mage as well. So we're sending the 2 least experienced on their own instead of splitting it up. Like sending Geode with Kryle and me with Spheen, or either way. Like, very well, we shall end our patrol in the plaza just past True View and await you there. It'll be fine. I mean, I'm not saying Kryle can't hold her own, but she is the least experienced in battle out of all of the Scions. Like, every single one. Let's do the rounds then. We'll see what's what and chat with the people we meet along the way. Pay special attention to anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully that will earn us a tidbit or 2 that we didn't know before. Let's go over here and hit up the little talkie area. Ah, the memories. I used to drink around here all the time. I made sure not to overdo it when I had to work the next day, but once we were past the busy season, or when the ladies weren't amenable to my company, well, you'd have to scrape me off the street outside in the morning or afternoon. The worst I ever got was what should have been the worst day of my life, if only I could remember it. I was still wearing a regulator back then. It was also the day I first met Shale, although I guarantee she's forgotten it completely. Tell me more. Is there another chat area? Maybe I'll get more info out of him. Here, let me talk to these guys first, maybe. Ah, the sentries and air wheelers safe are the sentries and air wheelers safe to be around now? I just know it's going to happen again, and maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a neo-regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen's Fiend said so. Oh, that's a quest. My bad. Let's see, you want to hear my story? Well, I appreciate your offering a sympathetic ear. There's not much to tell. Oh, if you must know, a good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His air-wheeler dropped right out of the sky, and he didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't wearing a regulator. I know it's not so strange these days, but he'd never bothered with one. He was at peace with the idea of dying someday, and I thought I understood what that meant until it happened. Let's see, what has me in such a fine mood, you ask? Well, I've just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first, but now I've gone through with the registration. I've never felt more at ease. Also, once it was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers. Of the 5,000 slots available, over 3,800 have already been filled. So, if you're still hesitant, you've not much time to make up your mind. Let's see, mark my words, friend. When there are only a few slots left, it's going to get very ugly. Void, a word? I feel like there was a new factor in these stories we've heard. Yeah, let's see. One we hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone in the back room. The people are still deathly afraid. Let's see, the fights are likely to break out over the neo-regulators. That a victim of violence wasn't wearing a regulator. That fights are likely to break out over neo-regulators. The fact that nearly 4,000 people have registered is worthy of its own report. But are you sure there wasn't anything else? The victim of violence wasn't wearing a regulator? Yes, that's it. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we'd normally think about. With the supply of souls cut off, though, more and more people have been going without them. We need to look into the casualties from the recent attacks and check whether or not they were equipped with regulators. Let's ask around the streets over to the east. It was pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll find eyewitnesses who can help us confirm if this was a pattern or not. Going over there. Over yon, we have some more talkie talks too. Oop. It was once my job to deliver goods by hover cargo. That's why I know a fair number of names and faces throughout the city. The little ones who'd jump for joy when I brought them packages. The old lady who'd always greet me with a smile. I'd hate for anything bad to happen to them. So this guy was an Amazon delivery driver! Oh. Oh, hello, sentry. What you holding there? Nothing? No weapon? Alright. Hello, how are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. Citywide casualty data unavailable. Government citizens are currently processing reports from all affected zones. Can you estimate, or can you narrow it down to the recreation zone then? You must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured, 87 individuals. Casualties, 19 individuals. Casualties equipped with regulators, 0. You wish to know if the people who died in the machine rampage were wearing regulators? I'm sorry, but I was assigned to clear away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present at the time by the time I arrived, so I assumed the ushers had already done their work. I do remember there being patches of white dust scattered around where that were quite a chore to clean up, but nothing else worthy of mention. Let's see, Void, I think it's time we rejoined Krylan's Fiend. I was half joking with my boast to Shale, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Didn't Kryl say to meet them at the plaza just outside Trueview? Let's get going. Wait, where am I going? Oh, right here. Okay. I wanted to look at her grimoire. Ooh, I like it. That's pretty, actually. Oh yeah, that's cool. Little electrope on the side, little tassel here. That's cool. Let's see, we finished our patrol as well. Did it not seem that more people wanted neo-regulators than before? So, essentially you're saying that the people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators. I called the plot point! Well, the numbers are still tentative and only apply to that one zone. We don't know how it'll stack up against the overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed their regulator was a priority target. Now that you mention it, the person I was treating for injuries wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? Free Aether. It's like, come on, Kryl, you're smart. I know you are. Like, you should be able to see this. Based solely on the lack of a neo-regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become endless, or if they simply fail to acquire one from the limited devices. But those who wear no regulator at all? They have clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is still an inevitability. The chances that such resolute people would wish to become endless are far lower, I would imagine. And so Calyx has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. But there was no need to kill anyone. With the way things were, people were already fearful enough. He couldn't have found 5,000 willing, or he could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. You make a good point. Perhaps the sowing of terror is in service of another scheme, or he had some other need for the lives he's taken. Let's see. Free Aether! Let's see, what have the dust found at various sites? Could something have been done to the victims? God damn it, I'm gonna need somebody. I wonder, what about the sanitation worker story? She saw no bodies, but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust, but no bodies? Now, where have I heard that before? Do you recall try that again. Do you recall when we went to save Aaronvale from the sentries in the outskirts? That Usher Malachite told us much of the same thing. When I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it. Let's see, that both stories speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm if this substance was present at other sites, and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this thread may lead us not only to the explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calix's murderous actions. Let's go lick it. See what it tastes like. Void, we need your help. Oh, it's Galuja. I've lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They might be trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but you are close enough to join them. Are you close enough to join them? Excuse me. Yay, do we get to see Sphene bust out some magic? Damn it. Our new investigation will have to wait. Let's go. Oh, is Milos gonna be... Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Surprising.
Stay back! Stay away from me! Leave him alone!
Are you all right?
Sphene?
What
Is he not gonna
happened here?
not gonna recognize her?
A sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me...
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
Oh, I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. You're gonna attack the kid. Yep, there it is.
Go to them, quickly!
Ooh. I can't remember which one is nostalgia. Is that nostalgia?
Wyaquay!
Wyaquay. That was Wyaquay. Okay.
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape.
Excuse me.
Mother! Mother, please!
Isadora! Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
Thank you, miss.
I'll just say, I'm a healer too. I can do it too.
Will she sleep like that forever?
No, not forever. She'll wake soon, I'm sure of it.
That's good to hear. Thank you for saving her.
I like these little prologues that they're doing now. And then I'm kind of surprised they didn't do this sooner, because you know what that reminds me of? If Irigata's here, it reminds me of the mini DLCs that Final Fantasy XI started doing. So, like, that thing showing up the way it does, like, that's straight out of fucking Final Fantasy XI. Like, 100%. She should recover in due course. I'm glad we arrived when we did. When I was sick and couldn't move, my mother was always at my side, always keeping me company, and I'm going to do the same for her. Forgive me, I was reckless. You shouldn't have had to waste time tending to my wounds as well. Did you see our other comrades back there? He stayed behind in the lobby, but I heard the sounds of fighting. Oh, he did. Let's see. I'm sorry. He must have fallen protecting the residents. Oh, he did. For their sakes, I have to remain calm. When I was sick, okay. Let's see, our comrade. You think he may have been struck down? If he is wounded or worse, I should go to him. Wait, please. It isn't safe, and you still need rest. Would you stay with Milos and watch over Isadora for me? We will tend to your friend. Thank you. Please be careful yourself. I hope fucking Kryle's still out there, and she was watching the body to see if it dissolved into dust. I swear to God. Isadora and Milos have completed their applications to leave the dome and were practically out the door when all of this happened. We'll make sure they're taken care of the moment Isadora is ready to travel. What's up, bro? Why you dead? Why is this happening? That man, this is awful. Hi, Kryle. Isadora's going to be alright then? I'm so glad. I've just finished my ministrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. That brave soul, he gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. That sentry was behaving normally, like any other. Then, all of a sudden, it tried to kill me. Weapon or no, Calyx commanded them to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as, what was her name again? Wakwai? Sent word. I'm sorry, but by the time we arrived, it was already too late. Then Geode could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius locked down, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though, at least until we regain control over the sentries. Then we should search for Geode. I agree. Since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, if our theory holds true, then they could be prime targets for the next attack. Please, do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all cost. Let's see. Our thanks. Here, take these communicators. Don't I already have one? Pretty sure I still have the one Shale gave me. We've made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal. We've been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Waiakwe has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck and stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding area, so we shouldn't have to have ventured too far. Let's get going. Am I insane? But when we started this, hold on. Yeah. There was no mention, nobody has mentioned that this sentry punched the shit out of this one before this one went insane. No one's mentioned that. I mean, it's probably not important, I guess. I suppose that one got its control taken before this one did, but like, yeah, nobody mentioned that at all. Leave matters here to us. We'll see to our fallen comrade and make sure no one else comes to harm. Yeah, can you watch that body and make sure it doesn't turn to dust, please? Thanks. Let's see. I hope you find Geode soon. I know he's probably saving people with one hand and fighting off threats with the other, but I can't help but worry. Pray thank your Milalan friend for me. I would still be helpless. I would still be a helpless mess if not for her encouragement. Hello, wayward child. Please, Geode, please be safe. Where's Kryl? You see no sign of Geode. Perhaps you should search further to the east. Ah, there's Kryl. Found her. Let's search around the apartments first. You see no sign of Geode. Wakwe's voice crackles forth from the communicator. Geode, Geode, answer me. There's no response. Perhaps you should continue your search to the east. Eastman. He came from the east. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Anyone here ever watch the old, like the original, fucking Mr. Science Theater 3000? Ah, good stuff, dude. Good stuff. Ugh. You see no sign of Geode. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look. There he is. I found him.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please.
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive. Thank the gods. Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join it.
Oh, gee. Look what it's doing. I wish somebody had called that.
That dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether.
Thank you. Yes, I did write the story. I'm just saying.
The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit. You can't be here! You need to run, now! A trap! Take care of the others, eh?
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe?
Geode!
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether. But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Calyx. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
How would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now? I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promised to halt my harvest?
You would only seek other victims. I will halt your harvest by defeating you. You would only seek other victims.
It was foolish of me to even ask. I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
Seriously, how did nobody else see this except for me? How did Graha not see it? How did Y'shtola not see it? Like, come on now. Nobody called this shit. I can't. There are no words. This pile of dust, these ashes, and the soul and the soul cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geode to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say death was justified if it meant 5,000 Endless could continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection stolen ether allowed for that many, for many more Endless, why that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think that? Not I. Certainly not I. We know only too well. This is aught noble, and it's there is not aught noble in this sacrifice. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession, Void. If it falls to us, we will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents and reflections elsewhere. I mean, I wasn't gonna give it to him. I'll pry it from my cold, dead fingers. I will hold on to Geode's gun. If you could take this soul cell, please. I mean, I'm the one who picked it up, but that's fine. Excuse me. We should return to the back room. Shale and the others will need to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask, wait, fuck, now I've forgotten how to pronounce her name again. Quaya? I forget. Let's see Tamina's there as well. Oh, auto teleport. I dig it.
Our dear Geode.
The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calix, and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy, living our lives? What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calix for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him. Wait, where are you going? To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you.
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calix is hiding. But not right now. We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
I've spoken with Waclamet. They've cut their meeting short to deal with the aftermath of the latest violence. I assume you know it better by now, but I hope you're not planning to try anything alone. We're all here with you. What? Me? No. I got back control of the sentries, probably around the same time Calix left. I'm sorry I couldn't stop him. I am told that the members tasked with keeping residents safe returned with the body of their comrade. They all risk so much. We made swift patrol of the other levels and confirmed that Calix had carried out a number of targeted attacks, all to harvest more ether, it seems. Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. Geode he was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Shale knew him longer though, and I'm sure she's taking it the hardest. And that's on top of what happened with, oh fuck, how do you pronounce her name again? It's Kawika or something like that? Oh my god, yeah, anyways. I would never go alone, also. Fights a big bad alone, I know, right? Kafkiwa, thank you. Let's see, do you think you could check on her? See how she's doing? She's like to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister. Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calix, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. Is there anything I can do? As you said, you need time to work through it. Is there anything I can do? You can't help yourself, can you? Still, I appreciate the concern. Let's see, Kafkiwa used to say the best thing to do with grief was to let it all out. So, I think I'll take myself over to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to, if you've a shoulder to spare. Right then. Let's get out of Everkeep for a bit. Hello, mechanical soldiers. Let's see, it's a fair trek on foot, so I've arranged a couple of air-wheelers. They've had their communication modules removed, so even Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them. Say the word and we're off. Ready? We'll be flying close to the pylons, so follow my lead. Air-wheelers are Janolt's babies. You won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. This is going to be difficult. I read slow. Here we go. Let's see. For years now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I needed to lighten my mood. Sometimes Geode would come along too, and we'd end up racing. Let's see. Does that surprise you? Our friendship had always had a competitive edge. I wouldn't say it surprises me. Ugh. We would often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside of the dome. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. Bitch, I've been to space. I think I can land this thing. Phew, that helped clear my head a touch. You know, Void, you might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least, the memories from my regulator days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. Ah, is Taco not in there? That's fine. there's no auto translation for Taco. Don't you worry, Shale. I got this shit. Thanks. We can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Now that it is, not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Ahem. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we?
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa. Will you raise a glass?
Oh! What are the two of you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
suppose I could spare a moment. They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization. You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. And had recently lost someone close to me. And also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company. So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First-time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
One of us?
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine, that was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this, and why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
I appreciate you helping me through this. And not only the grief, you've helped me see the comrades, that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized, which only fuels my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, then you do yours. Oblivion needs you. Piety. It's time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I'll ask Kral for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. There must be something in there that can point us in the right direction. What are your plans, Void? Apparently they're being made for me. Void, is that you? Apologize for calling suddenly. How do you call suddenly? Like, you just pick up the phone and dial the number. It's not like... it's not like I knew she was going to call. It's like Dio calling me and being like, I'm sorry, I called suddenly. Okay. I've been making the rounds in the outskirts, and I can't help but feel as though something is amiss. Might I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be most appreciated. It can wait until you finished attending to Shale, of course. It seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on. I have others to speak with before I return to the back room. Yeah, I really like Shale. I want her to come along on our adventures like Aaronvale did. I don't think she will, though. I think when this is all over, she's going to be helping Queen's Fiend, you know, keep things running and all that kind of stuff. But I do like her. Sorry to say. Yeah, oh my god, when that chat message showed up, that was just so sudden, Dio. Oh my god. I can't believe it. It scared me. It surprised the hell out of me. That's what a weird... It's got to be a translation error, right? Like, calling so suddenly. What? As long as the memories remain, this wound in my heart will never fully heal. But it might be better that way. To feel something, even pain, is to remember that they lived. And to know that I am still alive. Yeah, I'm a pro. Yes. Yes, you are, Dio. You are 100% a problem. Hi, hello, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Where are we going? Oh, it looks like I'm going back over here. 70. I can spend 70, that's fine. I think I can afford 70 gil. Oh, I'm tired today. Boyd, thank you for coming. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. What are we looking around, make sure no one's listening to us? Perhaps it's my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering the current state of affairs. As I am yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you might be better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope to be proven wrong, I fear something is not right here. Are they wearing regulators? Because Calyx is probably taking control of their minds now, too. Who am I talking to? Someone over here. It's okay, I'll just keep calling out plot points. I don't want to say that this expansion has been... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, predictable? But this expansion's been predictable. Oh, please tell me you brought more Neo regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already, but I've heard rumors that there were a few left over. Surely the government still has some, or perhaps Queen's Fiend? I may not look it, but I was a hunter once. Back then, I hardly gave death a second thought, but now I know the truth. It's all I can think about. There has to be a way to hold on. There has to. She does have a regulator on. See someone over here. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I can mount while moving. I gotta get used to that still. What's up, bro? Oh, you got a Neo. Okay. You're not wearing a regulator. Do you know the end is coming? The end is not. Can we get these people holding signs? Well, it's your life to lose. Me? I got myself one of those Neo regulators and registered a little while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing the number of registered users. Right now, it's sitting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? It seems like the total shot up right after those machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. I pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. Not to move while mounting, it's interesting. I know. It fucking, yeah. 100%. Greetings. I remember when you visited with Queen's Fiend. Come to check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are rather stressful out here as well. Without knowing if or when the machinery might turn murderous, the specter of death is ever present. People are terrified, and the clamor for Neo-regulators has reached a fever pitch. I personally was fortunate enough to have claimed a new device early on and have long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now, I must begin my prayers. The darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. That's a weird statement. So, what do you think? Was I right to worry? Tensions are high. Their fear is palpable. Their fear is palpable. Yes, that is exactly it. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear, and with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them into a full-blown panic? Riot! Boyd, can you come to resolution? We have a problem. I'm already here with Lamati and Alpha Node. It sounds like she wants us there in a hurry. We should go. Oh, do I not have to go there myself? I kind of like this. Them shifting me around myself, or by themselves, whatever you want to call it. Oh shit, did we turn it on again? We did.
What's happened?
Well, that's probably not good.
Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion.
Oh my god. Oh, dude.
Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn. Though you enjoy a life of peace and good fortune, death needs but one instant to claim you.
Damn. Damn.
Your bodies are weak. Your heart, your brain,
Yep.
every fragile organ rolls the dice from moment to moment. Sheer chance deciding if they function or fail. Be you stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning. The choice is made without reason. The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
This sounds like one of those drug commercials where at the end, you know, side effects may include death. Like.
The announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gossen. As for its source, well...
Calyx.
Of course. Who else?
There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity. Hope for it, wish for it, pray for it. We will become endless.
Now, look to your left. Look to your right. Now stab the person on your right.
With evolution's brilliance, will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality.
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Oh?
You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuliolal.
Okay.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us?
Don't they have the Neo-Regulators? It looked like they were black.
Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more Neo-Regulators to be had.
I guess not.
Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, that's kind of okay.
No matter where we go, or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulator.
Okay, yeah, his is white. It's not a black one. Hi, Ollie.
The Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tulichola will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people. But what can I do? I am not their queen.
I mean, technically you are. I am confused as to why Calyx woke her up 400 years later. Like, was it a mistake? Like, I don't... Oh my god, it's Hoot. I thought your queen was the chick who runs the bar. Hi, Ollie. Stop using claws. You gotta stop. If you want up here, you gotta get on your bed. You know the rules. First, those deathly malfunctions, and now the citywide announcement. He has spent considerable effort recruiting his 5,000 Endless, perhaps more than necessary, even. Apollo. Of course you do. Let's see. We had the hopefuls who descended on Lamati dispersed for now. We could see tempers in the crowd were starting to fray. The latest wave of attacks may not have been as widespread, but people are reaching their breaking point. We have to stop Calyx, and soon. My apologies. The sign was not responding to any of our attempts to change the display or switch it off. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in time. Kryle told me everything that happened while we were away. Calyx has access to the core system, which means that if he chooses to do so, he could deploy the soldiers beyond the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind, they will not be beyond his reach. Yet, if it serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you, Waklamet, please let them shelter in Tuliyola. We will welcome any and all who want to come. We've already begun evacuations, and we're able to pick up the pace once the Landsguard arrives. In which case, we had best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense, and we must prepare for possible violence. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding, though, we'd be ready to move at a moment's notice. We'll surely find a clue to... let me try that again. Surely we'll find a... Stop standing on the laptop. Surely we'll find a clue of some kind soon. He can't elude us forever. You're gonna fall off. You're gonna fall off if you're not careful. What are you doing? You're being silly. You're being silly. Ow, careful. Careful with the claw. Careful. Ow! Why you bite so hard? Why you bite so hard? Father, I crave violence. Yeah, pretty much. That's 100%. It's he can't elude us forever. Violence and fear. This is not the future she envisioned for her nation. You give so much of yourself to aid those in need. I must endeavor to find my own small way to help. Tuliyola would gladly welcome every last Alexandrian with open arms. But what of the nation? What of the nation the late queen was so desperate to preserve? What of that bright haven of peace and laughter? Oh, excuse me, Waklamet. I won't stand here and let her legacy be sullied any further. I will protect Alexandria. That was the promise I made her at the last. But she betrayed you, did she not? Why would you feel this obligation? I saw myself in her, I suppose. We both felt the people's joy as our own, yet alone, we lacked the strength to protect them. There is so much that I love in this world, too much for me to take in my arms and keep safe. And that made me afraid. I needed someone who shared that love and fear, so together we could do what we couldn't by ourselves. Or maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe I just wish that we could have, try that again. Maybe I just wish that we could have been friends. So, while she turned to me in her... God, I can't read. So, when she turned to me in her final hour, desperate to safeguard Alexandria's future, I swore that I would see it done. In the end, I think you both found the friend you needed. I would be yours as well, Sphene. Whenever you failed or struggle to rise, I'll come running to the rescue, and you do the same for me. And that's how we protect the things we love. That's how we'll protect Alexandria. You're right. You're right. And don't forget about me! Hey! Me! Hey! Hey! Hi. Sorry. How could we? We'd not be where we are without you. Yeah, you'd all be dead. There wouldn't be a world. I went to space for you bitches. I'm just saying. Right. We got a bit sidetracked there. We should probably be on our way. Do we patrol or do we see if Shale needs a hand? There you all are. Hey, Galuta. Ah, splendid. We were afraid we'd missed you. Alice and the others said you were here. Good news, Void. We finally found a chink in Calix's armor. We discovered laboratories on Everkeep's 10th level that once housed a preservation initiative. Containment Complex 10-29, it's called, and it's been falsely registered as a distribution center. In reality, it hasn't recorded any traffic in decades. What are you doing up there? He's just rolling around like an idiot. Hi. He's done a complete flip. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? Doing? Hi. Why do you crave violence tonight? That laptop is in the danger zone. Ah, it's fine. He's never fallen off before. I say that, knock on wood. Can you stop biting? Yeah, can you stop? Something make noise? I don't hear anything. You are in a mood. You are in a mood. Yeah, you know you're not supposed to bite. That's why every time you bite, you put your ears down. Yeah, you know you're not supposed to. Ow. Yeah. Look at that little tail going. He's such a bad boy. Ugh. Hasn't recorded any traffic in decades. We don't think this is where Calix is hiding as such, but it may well contain clues that will point us in the right direction. I'm sorry it took so long. Okay, I had to make sure I did the right camera. Sorry it took us so long to get this far. If you're interested, what do you say we go and check it out together? Sounds like a dungeon, which I do not have time to do, but maybe I can get it unlocked. Let's see. Thank you for all your hard work. This is a huge step forward. And up. We need to take the lift to get to the complex. I've cleared the expedition with the relevant authorities, and we have one of our people waiting to operate said lift. Let's not keep her waiting. Where are we going? Oh, government sector. Yeah, we're already here. We've done these lifts before. Yeah, it sounds like a dungeon. 100%. Which I don't have time to run, but that's okay. It's almost time to end anyways. It's already 8:42, so. Shale made me her assistant. Aww. I love this little guy. She was teaching me the basics of data management. It sounds like Galulja played a big part in this breakthrough. I'll be sure to treat him to the finest feast once this is all over. Tacos? I'll share the method we used to find the containment complex once we're inside. It wasn't actually all that different to the story how we stumbled across the back room. Preservation laboratories. I shudder to think what they were researching, but this is no time to be squeamish. An institute on preservation scale would have many such facilities in the city. Yet I cannot help but wonder if this one is where my parents worked. Ready to head on up? Next stop, the 10th level.
So this is one of Preservation's laboratories.
It's so dark I can barely see.
You're a cat. You should have night vision. Loch Lamette needs to re-roll her character. she needs to put a few points in dark vision.
Just a moment. If I can reroute the power to the circuit...
You got the lights working!
Calyx will detect that. Guaranteed.
Smell how stale the air is. This room hasn't been in use for many years.
It was thanks to Kryl and Galulja that we managed to locate this place.
You may remember that my earring contained the control code for the gate to the Golden City. As it was Preservation that constructed the portal, we reasoned that the code to operate it might include a signature of some sort, unique to their organization.
So I took a closer look, and a line-by-line examination yielded a string of symbols identifying the code's author. We then began accessing the nodes for every door in Everkeep, seeking out control codes which contained those same symbols. After a grueling search, we finally discovered our prize behind door number 1860, the entrance to the facility in which we now stand. I'd probably still be at it if Galulja hadn't been around to assist me.
I took breaks, but Shale never stopped working. Not even once.
You're a treasure, Shale. I agree. I really like her. Sounds like you need one of Tilt's energy tonics. You're a treasure. Yeah, I love her.
I can contribute precious little else, I'm afraid, but I appreciate your kind words. In any case, this next part will require your helping hands.
We need to spread out and search for something that may lead us to Calyx.
We're more than happy to help, of course. But I wonder, won't he realize we've found this place?
Yes. In fact, he probably already knows because we just gave it power.
It's highly likely, and personally I hope he does.
Shale, don't get reckless. I need you to come with me on the next expansion. Let's see, you all know our main objective. We're here to pick up Calyx's trail, and I've learned of a certain device that should help us do just that. I'll explain how we proceed, but according to the information I was able to dredge up, the device in question should be installed in the director's office. Now, as for where that might be, yes, this map matches my data. The room we're in is the Researchers' Commons, located on the western side of the complex. The director's office is to the northeast of here. So, we should cut across the circular chamber in the middle, yes? Yes, we should, but... Unfortunately for us, the interior... Oh my god. The interior door is locked. We'll need a security key with the appropriate clearance to open it. Judging by the mechanism, it'll probably be a card of some kind. Can't you, work some electrope magic? I'll try my best, but this type of lock is well before my time. It may take a while to crack it. And in case I can't, you might want to look around and see if anyone left a security card behind. Considering the state of this place, it doesn't seem like they abandoned it, or that they did abandon it in some haste. I shouldn't be surprised if we found one. Very well, let's get searching, shall we? Let's see. I expect that we'll have our most luck looking where the researchers kept their personal belongings. Why is that bolded in such a way? You begin searching Containment Complex 1029. Close cooperation will be necessary to overcome the obstacles barring your path. Helpful hints will appear in a different color. Pay close attention to the information provided by your comrade should you find yourself unable to proceed. This sounds annoying. No luck so far. This bin had nothing in it at all. Half-open desk drawers. Let's see, perhaps the researchers kept their personal belongings at their workstations. Let's see, these shelves are almost entirely bare, but I'll examine the files to be certain. Was this really a preservation laboratory? I thought there'd be something more, I don't know, special about it. The arcane circuits in here are decades old. I'll keep at it, but a security card might be the only way we're getting past this lock anytime soon. Let's see, personal belongings, huh? How about a desk organizer? Small shelvings unit holds some office supplies and little else of note. Alright, how about half-open drawer? Let's see, this appears to be the only desk that has the drawers already open. You can tell at a glance that the desk's former owner has left some things behind. You discover a card-shaped object. The electrope surface is marked with a bold level 1. Found it! Oh, could that be what we're looking for? Try it on the door and see if it opens. A scanning device. The card-shaped object you hold looks to be similar in size to the scanner panel. You hold the card-shaped object to the scanner. It's open. You did it, Void. Of course I did. Ah, and a good thing too. I was getting nowhere with that outdated circuit. I am curious, though. Why would they abandon a facility like this? It was run by a director, Demetris? Or something like that? Or so the terminal there told me. Perhaps there are more answers to be had once we venture further inside. Then let's continue onward. The door to the director's office is across the central hub. Ollie's still doing circles. This terminal screen displays what appears to be an index page of an employee manual. Down you go. Personnel protocols. For security reasons, Containment Complex 1029 has been registered as a materials distribution center. Keep this in mind and conduct yourself accordingly, both inside and outside the facility. Each employee must perform their tasks within the designated workrooms. The Researchers' Commons, the Proto Lab, and the Tiller Lab? I don't even know how to say that word. Let's see, entrance into another workroom without official clearance is strictly prohibited. Carry your security card at all times. Your clearance level dictates the areas to which you have access. Equip your regulators at all times. Due to the highly confidential nature of the research materials and other data managed within this complex, Preservation retains the ownership of and the rights to modify the memories of all registered personnel. Damn, okay. Access denied. Please log in with your personal account to view. Let's see. Chief, so on, and redacted. Okay. Anything else to look at? I don't think so. Looks like every room can be accessed from this hub. This must be the door to the director's office. Go on, try the card. Yeah, it's level 1. It ain't getting us in. Not a single soul here besides us. Going by the room labels in the map, we haven't entered any of the actual labs yet. Another locked door. We could try the same card again, but yeah, Shale knows what's up. This ain't gonna work. You hold the level 1 security card up, but the scanner beeps into in disapproval. No good. Maybe we need a different card. Yes, the scanner's demanding a level 3 security clearance to open the lock. As much as the delay chafes me, we'll have to comb through the nearby rooms and hope we stumble upon a card we need. Let's start our search in the proto lab. The door is already open at least. We'll find a way through together, Shale. I'm sure of it. Ollie, stop with the claws, please. Going in here. Please excuse my impatience. The means to track down Calyx are close, and I'm itching to get my hands on them. Let's see. I dug through the data tablet and found a journal. I'll read it to you. The results of experiment 158 show a marked improvement in aether extraction rates. At last, we have achieved the target value set by Master Calyx. Though I will become endless as per the ascendancy protocols, I will preserve this historic number along with my few remaining worldly effects. Preserve the number. 158, huh? Okay. There's another data tablet. Let's see. It appears to be the researcher's personal data tablet. Today I began my employment at Preservation. The organization was unfamiliar to me, but when the recruitment letter arrived, I had a gut feeling that this work would be far more fulfilling than any orthodox medical practice. My instincts were correct. Master Calyx's philosophy is the refined ideal of notions I've only ever vaguely entertained, that mankind must evolve beyond the shackles of its flesh and blood existence. I had a meeting with Director... I'm just going to call him Dem today. I've heard others praise his genius intellect, yet he seems to be a guttering candle in comparison to Master Calyx's blind brilliance. This morning, I was permitted to access the top floor and observe the workings of living memory. As predicted, the shortage of aether requires to sustain the Endless is reaching critical levels, yet Queen Sphene insists on continuing her ineffectual flailing. Our Milanan colleagues, including the Proto Lab Chief, have been behaving in a decidedly suspicious manner of late. Should I report the concerns to the director? From tomorrow, I have been assigned to assist with the research project in that other lab. Let's see, we are scheduled to conduct a major experiment, the details of which I have been kept ignorant. It would seem prudent to back up my memory data. This machine feeds into a soul cell. Shudder. I am reminded of my imprisonment by the Empire. Surely this device isn't made to hold people. Oh yeah, it probably is. These notes seem to be about the research they did here. Let's take a look. Experiment 148. Submitting interference candidate 201930 to be considered for efficiency procedure review. 201930. And what was the other number? 158. Oh, there it is. Experiment 158. Maximum value of 11509. 11509. Recorded. Comparative study to be included in the report. All right then. Oh, and one more. Experiment 163. New proposal produced a result of 9834. Decreased value verified. Oh, I have no idea what any of that means. Maybe it will make sense later on. Let's see. The way this room is set up. The canister inserted into the large device looks to be a soul cell. Could this be where they conducted the experiments to create Endless? Let's see. But we could probably spend days investigating this complex. Finding a way into the director's office must take precedence. Speaking of which, Gululja mentioned a locker over there in the corner that he couldn't open. Perhaps you could take a look. Let's see, the locker door is shut tight, but the number pad suggests inputting the correct combination will open it. You have gleaned some numerical data during your investigation. Attempt to enter a combination? Sure. Thanks, Graham. Select the number keys on the keypad to input a combination. Enter up to 5 digits, then press and confirm the key. 5 digits, so 11509 probably. 11509. The locker pops open. Inside, you discover a level 2 security guard. Boyd, you got the locker open, and you found another security guard. Oh, but does that say level 2? We need a level 3, didn't we? Yes, but it should still open more doors for us to explore. You did well, Boyd. These preservation members led such surprisingly normal lives. Leaving notes, losing their cards. I imagine they'd be more, what's the word, bloodless? Mechanical? My parents were once part of preservation, if you'll recall. It would seem the researchers who agreed with Calix and his philosophy underwent the conversion to endless entities. But I assume those who could not, or would not, eventually left the organization altogether. Oh, I almost forgot. The researchers kept journal of their data in their data tablets. The one I read doesn't explain much, but something big happened in the complex, and afterwards it was decided that everyone would become endless. The writer was really happy about this. You can tell how much they admired Calix and his work. The entries ended after that, but maybe you can read more in other tablets there. Right, let's move this investigation to another room. We have the Detro lab and the maintenance facilities left to search. Both are accessed via southeast corridor. So, it's back to the hub and the locked doors across the way. Which will hopefully yield before our new security... Wait, try that again? Which will hopefully yield before our new security card. I'll take the old one if you like. I doubt we'll have any more use for it. Yes, because I can't hold, more than one. That's fine. My inventory is stuffed with God knows what, but I can only hold one security card at a time. It's fine. Alright. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to go just a little bit longer. See how much longer this takes me. I kind of want to get the dungeon unlocked, but... Let's see. If there were others beside my parents who left Preservation, where might they be now? It seems not everyone who joined Preservation became endless right away. There must have been researchers that required physical bodies. The scanner awaits. Hold security card up to the panel and it should unlock the door. What else do they have in this place? If I read the map right, it must be a lot smaller than that other facility. Are you dumb for buying Starfield? It got a new update and you never tried it. I mean, I played Starfield when it first came out. It was fine. It's had a lot of updates now at this point, so it's probably a lot different than when I played it. The gameplay was fine. The story was a little meh for me, personally. But again, the game has probably changed so much since I played it, so... plus, the mods that have come out for it, like, there's, like, complete replacement mods that do, like, Star Wars stuff and, like, other stuff. Like, I wouldn't say you were dumb for buying it. You could probably get a lot of play out of it. It's no different than fucking Fallout or, not Oblivion, but, Oblivion, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls in that way. Like, there's so many, like, full replacement mods that you could spend tons and tons of time playing those, you know what I mean? Let's see, Calix hasn't bothered to show his face yet, I see. Maybe he hasn't noticed us, or maybe he's watching and waiting. Ollie, no. Scanning device. It waits silently for a security card with the appropriate level of clearance. Yes, it opened. Did we not think it would? So, where should we go first? The lab or facilities? Let's start with the lab. Shouldn't the security card open this door as easily as the last one? Let's see. What does the sign say? I have no idea. How strange. The door's not lit up like the others. What is it, Galuja? Oliver, no. Let's see, Shale. There doesn't seem to be any power here. No, none at all. It's possible the energy supply for this room is on a separate conduit, which means there should be a contingency for opening the door. Look here. There's a sign above the card scanner. In case of emergency, backup power can be rerouted from facilities. The facilities room is down the other branch of this corridor. Let's see about getting that power restored to the lab, shall we? Join whatever... be able to join whatever. Oh, Party Finder? Oh, that's... Wait. I've never put up a Party Finder before. Like, Crossworld stuff works. I guess I'm confused. What are you saying, Graham? Oh, good. The terminal is lit up. This means that we have power in this room. Let's see. The lab must have required greater amounts of energy to operate. What kind of experiment were they conducting in there? There's some big, flashy floor tiles. I wonder what they're for. This room was for managing the power supply and utilities. I hope they kept security cards in here as well. Engaging power supply. No good. It's returning an error. There must be a preliminary procedure. According to the error code reference, if the power supply has been interrupted for an extended period of time, then we need to reconfigure both the emergency generator and circuit control panels. Shale, there's an emergency generator over there, isn't it? Yes, and by the looks of it, it's the same model as the one in Heritage Found. But how does it send power to the other lab? Ah, I see. The energy cable attached to the base of this terminal leads down the hall directly to the lab, which means we need a way to connect the generator to that cable. Oh, fuck me. What about the patterns on the floor? Could this be the circuit that we need to reconfigure? I believe you have the right of it. Using the control panel... Where's my cat? I didn't want to step on him. Using the control panel set into each of the tiles, we create an unbroken path for power to flow. That won't give what I wouldn't give for an instruction manual. Indeed, if you could look around for any written procedures, I'll keep digging through the terminal's directories. Might I also ask someone to operate the generator? I can do it. I've used that type of machine before. So all the NA data centers can play together. I thought they already could with Crossworld stuff. Can they not? I guess I didn't realize that the data centers couldn't... that all the data centers couldn't talk to each other. Let's see, then would you be willing to try and reconfigure the circuit path, Void? The rest of us can help by supplying Void with whatever information we might find in the circuitry configuration. I've locked in the power supply route and adjusted the current for optimal flow. Everything should be ready for when you reconfigure the circuit. Alright, Sphene. Let's see, I was able to glimpse part of the warning sign behind the containers. From what I could make out, it said, "Caution, circuit will not function with duplicate patterns." I suppose that means only one of each circuitry pattern can be set at the same time. Okay, sure. So power's coming from here? Let's see. At the moment on Primal can play with Primal. Aether can play with Aether and whatnot. I got you. The generator doesn't seem to need any fancy settings. As long as it's running the circuit, and the circuit is fixed, it should have power supply ready to go. Let's see, Void, take a look at this diagram. Let's see, there's a note in the bottom left about backup power. Configure the 4 control circuit panels to provide uninterrupted path. Let's see, these symbols must represent the room we're in. If that square in the top left is Shale's terminal, let's see, that the bottom right should be the generator that Galuja is working on. It's hard to make out the rest, assuming that there are 4 tiles patterns. The bottom right is a square, the top right is a half circle. At least something to get you started. These appear to be data logs from the former age. My scholarly interest is piqued by a few of the labels, but none are relevant to the task at hand. I've also had no luck in locating more security cards, but we shall have to rely upon our backup power strategy, I'm afraid. Correctly positioned panels, circuitry. What pattern will you set? Oh, that's annoying. Circuit remains unchanged. The pattern you select is the same. Oh, is it? Okay, fine. So wait, what does this look like? Oh! I see. That is very annoying. That's probably... What's the circle look like? Yeah, that won't work. And what's this one look like? Yeah, okay, so the only one that will work is square. I have to get it to here, right? Do I need to... I don't need to use all four, do I? Does that not work? It's I technically connected it all. Apparently not, though. Which one haven't I used yet? So square, circle. Which one haven't I used? Circle, triangle. There. Let's see, you've connected all the circuits to inform your comrades of the successful reconfiguration. It worked. We did it, Void. Let's see, the lab should now be fully powered. Well done, everyone. If I may, Shale, could we access a certain data log before moving on? I was checking the storage shelves, and one of the labels caught my eye. Preservation, the early days is the title. Of course, it'll only take a moment to bring up the contents. Ah, it looks to be text-based account. I'll read it out. Preservation, an Alexandrian Institute for Technological Development, was founded by Calix, an 11-year-old child prodigy. Approval for establishing the organization came during Alexandria's involvement in the Storm Surge, with Calix's designs for new defensive solutions funded in large part by the Treasury. As the conflict grew in intensity and casualties mounted, Calix funneled preservation resources towards the perfection of memory storage. Research into this field continued even after Storm Surge came to an end, with Calix eventually electing to preserve his own memories in a virtual domain. So, this account is from before he embraced his endless existence, hundreds of years ago. I met him only once, before the Storm Surge began. I was attending my father, who was then the reigning king of Alexandria. Calix could not have been more than 10 years of age. The required constant treatment for his debilitating illness, Yet still, he published theories so highly regarded that even the royal family was aware of his achievements. Life should not be lost to the injustice of death. Even now, I can hear the single-minded will behind his words. So it was that when war came to our kingdom, my father was quick to commit his unwavering support to this somber youth and his protocols for preservation. Several years later, the ensuing violence brought the death of both my parents. Overwhelmed as I was by my sudden succession to the throne, I suspect they spared me the reports of the endless research and other less urgent matters. So you had no way of knowing what kind of person Calix was changing into. Did he change? I wonder. Perhaps he has ever been the type that values ideals over compassion, and I failed to see it at the time. Or perhaps he did change, but is still driven by those same deeply held beliefs, that morality is cruel and unjust, and his role to deliver mankind from this fate. Whatever the case may be, we cannot allow him to shape our future. Let's press on, shall we? If I've done my job correctly, the door to the lab should be accessible now. I'll give everything a once-over just to be sure. Had his own body not been try that again. Had his own body not been fated to fail him so young, would Calix have pursued his endless project with such fervor? Everything we read in this place sings Calix praises. The people who worked here must have truly idolized him. That Alexandria survived the war was in no small part thanks to the defensive measures developed by Preservation. In that regard, I shall always be grateful. Yes, the door has power now. Let's see, the energy current seems stable enough. Still, you should let me handle this one. The security card, if you please. Oh, and a quick prayer that a short wire doesn't burn me from the inside out. Right, I'll get this door open. Phew, smooth as silk. Let's head inside and see what awaits. Cots above, isn't that? Oh, wait. The key to interdimensional fusion? Let's see, that looks to be a schematic on the monitor. So that's probably just virtual then. Let's see, and they've used it to make another key, but isn't it missing the shard inside, like the one Void has? Ah, we may have been laboring under a misconception. The key was originally a Milalan relic. Once the treasure came into its possession, Preservation began working to harness the power to cross dimensions. Aside from the crystal, we can see that all the vessel's components were constructed here. So, what that might tell us, the crystal itself is the key. Let's see, this is the device they made to control it. The crystal itself is the key. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. It is as my parents explained. The key remained shrouded in mystery. Preservation augmented it with electrope, but never grasped the technology's underlying principle. To this day, not a single person understands the mechanisms of interdimensional fusion. Not who imbued the key with its power, not when they did so, nor why. Now it makes sense. Calix can track the key because its vessel was made by Preservation. I believe there is much we may learn in this room. On our next visit, I will have to enlist Y'shtola's assistance for a thorough investigation. I too am curious about a great many things, but pinning down Calix's whereabouts is our priority. Hopefully, there's a security card in here that grants us access to the director's office. The research conducted in this lab appears to have been highly confidential in nature. Some of the personnel must have belonged to the organization's upper echelons, and that means higher security clearance. We should spread out and look for any cards they left behind. Remember, anything less than level 3 is no good to us. Yeah, I was trying to get the dungeon unlocked before I stopped for the night, but this is taking longer than I thought it would. Let's see, why were they taking so many vessels? Did the other ones not work properly? Why were they making so many vessels? Let's see, I'll search through these drawers. One of us is bound to find something, I'm sure of it. Maybe someone left a card on a shelf somewhere. I keep holding out hope that I'll find some evidence of my parents here, despite knowing there is none. If those cameras are anything to go by, this lab was under constant surveillance. I'll scan the recordings and try to spot where people left their security cards. Maybe we'll get lucky. The lone storage crate is filled with document binders and other miscellaneous objects, none of which are security cards. The sturdy-looking shelving unit holds a storage crate and sealed barrels. No sign of any security cards. Excuse me. You find a security card. Level 2. Oh, did you just find a security card? Oh, well, that's a stroke of luck. Let's have Shale examine it to be sure. Oh, level 3. Well, fuck me. Okay. Well, well, if it isn't exactly what we needed. Nice work, Wood. I don't need any of you. Oh, a level 3. That should get us into the director's office. So, what was it you were hoping to find in there again, Shale? You were saying that a certain device was going to help us? Right. I haven't properly explained myself, have I? I'm looking for a data relay. After we discovered this oh my god, I know the word. Ostensively abandoned complex, I performed a cursory investigation which detected a connection to an outside network. When I traced the data's routing, I confirmed traffic from a web of Everkeep security cameras. Considering the way Calyx is always one step ahead of us, we must assume he's quietly seized control of the city's surveillance system and has been using it to monitor our activities. To monitor what you, as the keyholder, are planning. But since Calyx is the ultimate recipient of those transmissions, the flow of data is like a river that we can follow back to him, which is why we need a data relay. If I can analyze the device and see where it's rerouting all of the surveillance traffic, then you can pinpoint Calyx's position. That said, he has done nothing to impede our progress, which makes me think I might be entirely on the wrong track. Maybe the reason he isn't stopping us is because he can't. Back in the old castle, Calyx said he was measuring Void's strength. What can he possibly dream up that's stronger than her? Oh, speaking of cameras, there was another thing I meant to mention. I found evidence that someone deliberately disabled the surveillance feed in this room. The most recent recording was also crudely deleted. I was able to restore the data, though, if you'd like to see it. Fuck yeah! I'll start the show then.
Are you really planning to leave?
Yes. The idea of eternal life. It's begun to frighten me. I struggle to renounce our conventional wisdom. Death is the means by which life prunes its branches, leaving the trunk to grow strong and tall. We die so that our species may flourish. What would become of mankind were we to halt that process? If unending stagnation is the fruit of our labor, then perhaps we strive for the wrong thing.
Bro needs a haircut.
Your argument is a rejection of Master Calyx's vision.
Your hairline is a...
I suppose it is. Perhaps such dread would not plague me, were I capable of sharing his perspective on the subject. But I cannot. He and I are too different, in too many ways. I lack his extraordinary genius. I had no illness threatening to cut my life short, no singularity of will to cut away all distractions and focus solely upon research. I have nothing but respect for his determination. The way he overcame his prognosis and seized the means to transcend death itself. But I'm not convinced that this obsession with living is the right path. That's why I've decided to leave preservation and put all my effort towards building a legacy for the next generation to come. Surely you...
Protocol, you understand.
There can be no exceptions.
She only wanted to leave, and he executed her. I checked the images against the personnel data. The man who pulled the trigger was the director himself. Everything I could find on him pointed to a deep infatuation with Master Calyx. The cameras in this room have been out of operation ever since that incident. Given that the recording was erased, I can only assume he was trying to conceal his grisly deed from the other researchers. I'm not surprised, given how my parents described their defection from the Institute. They spoke of rushing me through the portal, even as Preservation's agents closed in on them. I dare not ask what became of them after that, if it turns out that they were captured by their pursuers. I'm sure they managed to escape. They did not regret their actions. Right, the echo. Knowing you saw them as they were, your words give me great comfort. Oh, Kryl. Worry not, Sphene. Thanks to the Haven of Living Memory, I was at least able to meet my parents and learn what they stood for. It is enough for me to carry on. Even now, we don't know how the conflict unfolded between your parents and Preservation. But what we do know is that your mother and father cleverly expunged every last trace of their movements. They made sure no one could cross into the source or threaten their child's safety. Right. Let's press on, shall we? This tale behind the key deserves a fitting conclusion. To the director's office. What a lazy little boy. Was Calyx the one who gave the orders to execute defectors? The more we learn about him, the less I understand. I didn't expect to find any information on my parents in the next room. I don't expect to find any information on my parents in the next room either, and that's something I can be proud of. My earlier investigation put the data relay just past this door. Let's get it open, shall we? Hearing Kryl talk about her parents reminds me of how much I miss Namika. Let's see, I guess I'll never really get over it. If that man in the recording was the director, then this must be his office. Scanning device, so on and so forth. Scan card. There we go. Let's head inside. Now, to find the data relay. And don't be shy, everyone. Speak up if anything odd catches your eye. Void, come with me. I might have need of that security card. Huh, this director was very particular about how he decorated his office. We've got incense and vases and some kind of gem display. This is a report on reducing people to Aether and how much energy can be harnessed per individual. Oh, my apologies. I was thinking about the key. Something odd. Something odd. Damn, this terminal isn't connected to any outside network, so I can't be the data relay I'm looking for. This office is also smaller than the map suggests. I'm positive we're in the right room. What am I missing? Sorry, Boyd. Could I ask you and the others to search the office for any clues to this infuriating puzzle? So there's a missing gemstone next to the thing Waclamet's standing next to. So let's take a soul cell storage. Collection of soul cells once belonging to the director. They appear to be empty. Okay, not what I wanted. Looking for a gem. I'm assuming. Oh. Amongst other personal effects, you find what's presumably the director's data tablet. A closed locker stands next to the tablet. You pick up the data tablet and begin skimming through its contents. Daily reports. Nothing of note. The mystery of the key's activation condition remains unsolved. The key triggered an explosion today. Temporary interdimensional portal verified. Continued attempts to stabilize the core energy reactions. 13 researchers sustained fatal injuries in the explosion. Memory facilities of 4 personnel sufficiently intact for endless conservation. Remaining 9 designated for Aether reclamation processing. Nothing of note. Rejected resignation of 2 Milana researchers. Major incident. Details in full report. Those 2 inept Milana broke with preservation and absconded with the key. Though the fugitives have since been caught and eliminated, we were too late to recover the relic. The only reason we retained our flesh was to serve Master Calyx as physical instruments to conduct his experiments. Deprived of the object of our research, our existence serves no further purpose. I dare not imagine the depths of his disappointment in me. The complex is to be shut down. All personnel will have their bodies reduced to Aether, which will be allocated for further experimentation. Memory data will be archived. Any endless conservations will be subject to Master Calyx's discretion. If he does not deem us fit, we are not deserving of eternal life. All personnel have undergone processing. Once the shutdown protocols have been completed, I will proceed with my own corporeal dissolution. As long as the key remains in the physical world, we must keep this complex in pristine condition. Whether it be needed for experiments or otherwise, it must be ready to support future operations in whatever capacity Master Calyx requires. To that end, facility equipment will be maintained in stasis mode. Furthermore, critical components for secure room access will be stored separately to defend against unauthorized entry. I know there's still the thing there. Having lain dormant for years, the now active coffee maker has already entered a self-cleaning cycle. It appears to have no other purpose beyond brewing coffee, though it remains to be seen when it will be able to do so once more. You find a crumpled note wedged between the file binders. Secure room lift access. Requires password to be input simultaneously at terminals in the Proto Lab, the Detero Lab, and the Director's Office. Okay. Perhaps this discovery would be of interest to Shale. Have you found something? Yep. Thank you. A misplaced note, was it? With instructions for accessing a secure room, no less. Seems we need to enter a password on 3 different terminals at the same time. There was no such room marked on the map, was there? No. A precautionary measure, no doubt. And, if the passwords are involved, I expect the lift access is to be concealed too. Itself is concealed too. Concealed? By electrope, you mean? Ah, could it be that wall? I thought it seemed odd when I walked past. Remember when Kafkiwa used to say, Shale, never trust an electrope surface. Electrope isn't always what it appears to be. You can pass right through electrope. Truly, I've never had that property, or it never had that property in my time. Ah, Void is having a little fun, I think. What we mean is electrope can project a false appearance. In which case, it shouldn't be too hard to disable. Another door. I've managed to deactivate the projection, but the lock is another story. Didn't the note lay out the password protocol? I say we go ahead and try it. I agree. 2 people should prepare the lab terminals for input, while the rest of us look for the password here in the office. I'll take the proto lab. I'll take the other lab. Let's see. Actually, it might be better if you stayed, Sphene. Your knowledge of Alexandria and its people could be needed here. Yes, you're right. If the passwords are hidden behind clues, there may be something I can help with. Let's see. I can help too. I've lived my whole life in Alexandria after all. Let's see. I will take the other lab duty then. We can keep in touch via communicator to match our timing. Void, you shall have the honor of entering the office password. Once we've determined what we need to input, take your place at this terminal. I'll stand by to guide Waklamet and Kral through the process. You know, there was that display plate over there, the one with the gems. I thought since it was made of electrope, it might have some other purpose. But I couldn't find any switches or buttons to make it do anything. Maybe you can figure it out. I mean, it's missing a gem, so... Two jewels are embedded in the electrope plate. You identify the blue gem as sapphire and the red gem as garnet. There also appears to be an empty slot for another jewel to fill. You've located the director's personal tablet and locker space. Take another look. Sure, open the locker. You gotta stop. Oh, so the door actually opened. Okay, that's creepy. It contains nothing of note. You quietly shut the locker door. Ollie, no. Let's see. I kept searching the drawers with the books and found a cube puzzle made of electrope. It's probably just a toy, but maybe. Sure, we'll solve the puzzle. Let's see, if I move this bit, then connect this circuit to that one. There. Huh, there was something inside. Oh, it's a pretty green stone. I think it might be Alexandrite. Let's see, to say these gems were so treasured in the past that they named the kingdom after them. Here, you should hold on to this one, just in case. Thanks, kid. Two jewels. Insert. Oh, perfect. The gem... Oh, there's something written here. The gemstone fits snugly into place. Almost immediately afterwards, the glowing lines of a diagram appear on the display, accompanied by a short phrase. A decorative pattern, an arcane circuit, a floor plan of the complex. As you continue studying the display, you realize that these shapes correspond to the rooms in the complex in which you now stand. This may be related to the password you were looking for. Click to confirm what? Slot contains sapphire. Its place in the floor plan is the proto lab. Yeah, director's office, and this is the other one. Sure. The glowing words appear to be handwritten. Yes, I knew that jewel would come in handy. Let me see. Heed the stones. This must be about the special meanings Alexandrians have for gems. It's an old belief, I think, where each type of gem means something different. I bet if you ask Sphene, she could tell you more about it. After all, even her name comes from a gemstone. Oh my god, this is getting... Yes, if you have questions, you need only ask. Symbolization. Let's see, well, I was taught that Alexandria represented the concept of protection. It is, incidentally, also the origin of Alexandria's name. Oh, are you thinking it has something to do with the passwords? A sapphire and a garnet, as well, you say. Yes, they all have meaning. Alexandrite, as I said, is protection. Sapphire represents honesty, and the garnet symbolizes devotion. We should try these words at the terminal and see if they're accepted. I certainly hope we're right. Let's see, keep calm and everything will be fine. Let's see, both of you... Okay, can I just do this then? Enough information to attempt to enter the password. Let's see, we're all set here. Waklamet and Kral just waiting on their passwords. Let's start with Waklamet and the Proto Lab. What should her password be? The Proto Lab was the one above? Or below? Hang on, cancel. I forget which is which. I'm green. Which one's this one? Okay, the sapphire is Protolab. Got it. Garnet. Alexandrite. Right, we have all 3 passwords ready. Now to enter them into the system at the same time. It just returned an error. I believe your deductions were sound based on the information available, but perhaps we chose the wrong passwords or a jumbled order. Let me run a diagnostic and identify what the problem is. Protolab error. Oh, wow, okay. Wait, did I fuck this up? Sapphire is the Protolab, yeah. Garnet is the... Did I fuck it up? Protolab is the Sapphire. Oh. Shit. Sapphire was honesty. Trial was devotion. And I'm protection. Oh, I'm so glad that worked. That secure room is the only place we've yet to search. If the data relay is anywhere, it has to be there. We'll venture in as soon as Waklamette and Corral rejoin us. Great work, Void. Leave it to you to divine passwords from an ornamental display. We did it, thanks to you, and a little bit thanks to me, I hope. I like that kid. Speaking of gemstone symbology, the Alexandrian sphere holds the meaning of eternal light. When my parents named me, it was their wish that I become an unwavering beacon of hope for our people. To think on it now, I have ever shared the destiny with my other self. Wait, have I ever shared that destiny with my other self? Well, that went well. Excellent clue finding, Void. Alright, everyone, time to board the lift and see what awaits us.
This terminal doesn't look special to me, but this is definitely what we're after?
It is. But whether or not it will suffice for our purposes is another question.
The Endless are created using the memories of the deceased. But as memories are, in essence, collections of data, the resultant entities have no physical form. These data entities, as we might call them, have only 2 methods for interacting with the material world. One of these we saw in Living Memory, where the Endless are granted temporary bodies through the use of corporeal ether. They become much like solid ghosts that one can see and touch. The other method, which Kafkiwa employed, is the remote operation of a machine. But where do you suppose the Endless are to be found when not inhabiting a physical body?
Cyberspace.
The Endless are memories, and if memories are data, then...
Inside Electro, let's see, in a world formed of data.
Yes, we suspect they reside in a virtual domain, one contained entirely within an electro-based machine. We've seen such a realm before, after all.
Oh, you mean like the Alexandria made from the Endless Fiend's memories? It all seems so real.
So this virtual domain, it would also be housed within the Meso Terminal.
But how? I thought we shut down all the terminals in living memory.
You did. And Kafkiwa's program performed just as she intended. The Meso Terminal itself was deactivated, as evidenced by the failure of the device which was keeping Spheen's body in stasis.
Ah, that's why Spheen came out. Okay.
Be that as it may, we face a master of electrope engineering. That he managed to partition and protect the sector harboring his own memories is well within the bounds of possibility.
Let us say that the Meso Terminal does indeed contain a second domain, and that Calyx himself resides there. This city, on the other hand, exists here in the Source. That being the case, I thought perhaps we could prevent his remote interference by closing the gate to the Golden City, and thus severing the connection between worlds.
Except I tried to close it once already when I visited Living Memory. The process required administrative authorization, a restriction I assumed at the time had been imposed by the Queen.
But now you think Calyx might be responsible.
Just as I suspected. Even now, security transmissions from throughout the Keep are being tapped by the core system and routed elsewhere. Almost every single one has you as its focus. He's keeping track of the keyholder's movements.
Time's up, and what a waste of time it's been. Hoping to find me by tracing security data? That will not be necessary. Through a not inconsiderable effort, I've taken your measure and prepared a force sufficient to subdue you. Come. I invite you to the upper reaches of the Meso Terminal. The storage device which holds my memories is there. Break the memory bank and victory is yours. I, in turn, will seek to wrest the key from you with any and every means at my disposal.
And if we refuse this invitation?
I will wait and continue to convert Alexandrians into Endless. Consider the urgency of the situation and make the wiser choice.
Answer me one question, Calyx. The Endless Fiend. When she was queen, you had her face an impossible task, then manipulated her into using the key when she was at her most desperate. If you can do all that, then why not whisk it away when her plans went to ruin? Why let it fall into our hands?
You pour salt in the wound. That disaster was a miscalculation on my part. As her end drew near, Spheen and her restructured memories had become one with the terminal's control systems. In that singular place, in that singular moment, she wielded an authority greater than mine. Thus she was able to shield you, the neighboring sovereign to whom she entrusted her nation's future, and the hero to whom she entrusted that priceless key. unsure to what degree she perceived my presence, but she knew that someone was watching. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
It does. And I'm satisfied that you will take nothing more from this nation. Not one more life, not one more future, not one single smile from another child's face. You hear me? Sorry for losing my temper, but there's only one way we can deal with people like Calyx. Whatever grand future he envisions, someone will be made to pay the price. And I won't let that happen.
I'm with you. Let's plan our next move. He's wrong if he thinks he's taken our measure. I'm with you.
If I may, I realize it is not my place to say this. Even so, I must thank you both. On behalf of my other self, allow me to say how grateful I am to have you as our champions.
What about Shale, too? Come on now. Phew. Well, that was an adventure. Yeah, it was. Took way longer than I expected. Let's see. It may not have been the method Shale was hoping for, but at least now we know where to find Calyx and what we need to do next. Indeed. While I remain curious about Preservation's research into the key, this is an investigation for another day. Then let's head straight to the back room. We should get everyone on the same page before we make our move. Woo! All right. I thought I was going to get it to unlock a dungeon. And I mean, I think I'm almost there, but I didn't expect this to go for another hour. So I'm actually going to end it right there. We'll just log out right here and we can talk to her immediately when we play again. Probably not till next week because we're going to be playing some Robo Dinos this weekend. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll play a little bit of Final Fantasy this weekend. We'll see. Anyways, boys and girls, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it as always. Graham, always good to see you. It'll be good to run stuff with you once we're able to. That'll be fun. For some reason, I thought you'd run stuff with us before, but maybe not. I don't know. My brain just doesn't work anymore. I know, Dio. Robo Dinos. I'm excited. Definitely on Saturday. Sunday might be a short stream because I might go hang out with Mama Void on Sunday, but definitely Saturday we should get a good stream in, I think. So, good to see you too, Dio. Thank you so much. With that said, boys and girls, I am out of here. So I hope you all have a great evening, morning, or afternoon, depending where you guys are in the world. We'll be back on Saturday afternoon, probably around noon, and we're going to play some Robo Dinos. So I hope you guys will join me for that. Anyways, I hope you have a good start to your weekend, and I will see you guys Saturday afternoon. Good night, guys. Take care.